If you're struggling to adapt in the Underused metagame, I'm here to tell you folks, Skeledirge is your new best friend. I welcome all of you to another competitive Pokemon discussion, but just a very quick one folks. Let's not forget that there was a time when Skeledirge was within the top 10 in the Ubers tier because of its unique talents to withstand hits from legendary Pokemon such as Zacian Crown and Koraidon. Let me briefly explain why Skeledirge is such a great Pokemon. There are three main reasons that I've nailed it down to, but no particular order. First and foremost, Skeledirge's stat spread. Generation 9 was kind enough to grant us with new Pokemon that have stats that are more or less min-maxed. Skeledirge is a special attacker and defensive behemoth, and the stats that it is low in are the stats that do not matter that much. Its physical attack is quite low and pathetic, and its speed also doesn't do it any justice. Although it is no slowbro in the speed department, it is still quite slow. But the stats that matter, its HP being so enormous at base 104, and its defense being so large that even uninvested it can take on numerous physical attacks, allowing you to lean into its special defense, maximizing it or even just dipping into it slightly to stave off certain special attacking hits. Skeledirge's stat spread is one of its unique advantages. The second reason that I think Skeledirge is one of the easiest Pokemon to use in Underused is because of the move pool. Skeledirge finding itself as a physical wall that can stave off most physical attackers, and with such large HP as we discussed, it can actively take on certain special attackers like Serperior, Tornadus Therian as another example, and even certain attacks from the low ladder king Comfey. Its move pool also is something great for a defensive wall. It has got lots of coverage if you are playing a draft league or just have your team being weak to certain targets. Ground coverage on a fire type and fairy coverage on a fire type as well, and fairy coverage that cannot be neutered behind the safety of a substitution for that matter. Such great auxiliary moves that Skeledirge possesses. Skeledirge is a tanky Pokemon with reliable recovery in slack off, so if you ever find yourself getting low, you can just take a chill pill and heal up to a reasonable amount of HP. Fire and Ghost are great complementary stabs and have never been performed by a tanky Pokemon such as Skeledirge. Skeledirge even has means and methods to augment its speed with Flame Charge if you want to get offensive with it as well. Will-O-Wisp is a perfect partner to its Stab Hex, allowing it to completely invalidate any physical attack in the tier regardless of any super effective coverage that it will have to stare down. And let's not forget the main draw of Skeledirge's unique and good move pool, Torch Song being a guarantee special attack raise. So thus far, as a change of pace and a breath of fresh air, we've discussed why Skeledirge is so good. If you want to see why certain styles and Pokemon are sucking, I'm going to leave a video on Azumarill that I did, indicating to you why it is starting to become a terrible Pokemon, and Skeledirge actually does feature in that video. So give that video a watch if you do enjoy this type of content, and if you have been finding this content interesting, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you have not done so already. But yes, Skeledirge fulfills a large amount of role compression for your team. It's got boosting options, it's got defensive options, it's got healing options, it's got great typing, complemented with the heavy duty boots, so what's not to love? And the final reason and the main advantage that Skeledirge offers, especially to newcomers, is the Unaware ability. Skeledirge is one of the most tanky Unaware Pokemon on the physical defensive side, if not the tankiest. And the reason why all the aforementioned advantages that Skeledirge possesses exist in the first place is simply because of Unaware. Regardless of how poorly you play or how many times you mess up, if played appropriately with the correct Terra type, it is not an uncommon feat to see your Skeledirge eating more than half of the opponent's team for breakfast, as they struggle to do any semblance of meaningful damage onto your Skeledirge. Unaware ensures that even if you are completely new to the tier, this is the ultimate failsafe to any newcomer that is staring down a boosting monster that they were unaware of existed in the tier. And to prove it all, I know it's been a while since I've done such a thing, but for all of you who enjoy the actual showdown gameplay, we are just going to test Skeledirge out on the high ladder, the Underused tier, and see if in a random game it can put in an exemplary performance for us. Alright, and we've got a game and the opponent is thinking alike using their own Skeledirge. They are much lower rated than I, so it is absolutely imperative that we win this game. But how do we do it? They have a Gardevoir that's looking quite menacing unto my team. Nonetheless, I'll lead off with the Hydrapple Apple because it is the strongest specs attack I have, and then with Conkeldurr. I will take the gamble and guess that their Conkeldurr does not possess the Ice Punch. If it does, say goodnight to Hydrapple, and I'll have to come up with a massive game plan. And I was about to leave Storm. This guy's so lucky. I know that my Tornadus Therian possesses the Regenerator ability and some reasonable bulk. If they are Scarf, they'll lock themselves into either Psy Noise or any psychic attack or a Fairy Moonblast. And when the Moonblast gets shined on my team, I've got Clodsire to deal with it. So they trick me turn 1 and give me a Scarf, an item I am quite happy with. In fact, I'm actually not happy with it. I have to Bleak Wind this guy. I think I do have to Bleak Wind this guy. Regardless of who may come in, I have answers to everybody besides a God of War. And God of War needs to have it damaged. I mean, it's HP dampened. I have to stop the time on the opponent. At least they gave the Scarf away. That means Clodsire is much more safe. I think Clodsire, it's got the wrong Terra type, sadly. Skeledirge is our main man here, folks. Its unaware talents are going to be any surprise boosting Porygon. It kind of walls Metagross. It kind of walls the... Oh, Conkeldurr. Okay, fine. Destiny Bonding. What do you want to bond to me for? Okay, they get Regenerator, but it's fine. Now we know they have the Destiny Bond. That's cool. A piece of technology that God of War seldomly runs, but it can be done nonetheless, and I killed it. What kind of a roll was that? At least the Fairy God of War is dead. What do we need the Tornadus Therian for? Nobody. Nobody, I'm telling you, folks. How do we continue from this position? I believe in my heart of hearts that the Conkeldurr, my Conkeldurr, is much better than they expect it to be. I shall bulk up, inviting them to get rocks up. If they Earthquake me, congratulations. That would be the appropriate play for you to make. But a bulk up. I mean, who's going to stop me once they start bulking up? Metagross? Okay, they became a ground type, but I've gotten bulkier than you could expect. That means that this Drain Punch will do some devastating damage. Alright, no flinch. That's good. Almost a 1 KO. That's incredible if I do say so myself. Do I need to get a second bulk up going? I do not believe so. I'll tell you a few reasons why I do not believe so, folks. What good does a second bulk up do me? I'm still going to lose to the Metagross. I'm going to go and get Greedy, man. Greedy's my middle name. No flinch. That's it, no flinch. A Mark Punch is in the cards for me right now. Their Porygon better be some... What do you call that technology? They can't even Terra. They blew... Okay, it's fine. You better fear this knockoff. I dare you to burn me. I have the guts on deck. So my stomach will turn. I'll get brave in this place. I had a funny feeling I was supposed to knock off there, but alas, I didn't click knockoff. Nonetheless, the Hydrapple Apple that I do have in the... Oh, that's not enough damage. Assault Vested out the wazoo. My special defense has dropped, and I think this guy's gonna drop me as well. I mean, Conkeldurr has such a large special attack. I mean, physical attack, and it couldn't put a dent. Wow. Not what I expected to happen, but I'm grateful unto it, nonetheless. Good show, if I do say so, my young Conkeldurr. Personally, I go into Metagross and pretend like they are going to... Like I'm going to kill you with Psychic Fangs, and then... Alright, I had to give it a pause there, but I was discussing while I was so rudely interrupted that... I was going to go into if I was them, I'd go into Metagross, pretend like I'm going to invalidate you with Psychic Fangs. I Terrestrialize Steel, Drain Punch on their Psychic Fangs, will do nothing. I'll get all my HP back, and Conkeldurr is the one that actually ended up winning me the game, as I will Mark Punch. I have to Mark Punch to maintain my large HP pool that I currently possess. It's such a sad state, folks, that Skeledirge ended up putting in a null and void performance. A spectator in the background. Their guy can beat my guy, and their guy might be faster than my guy, but I have defenses and I'm faster than them for some surprising reason. What happened there? Madness is what ensued there. That's all I can say. It's just madness befell me. I'm going to click Fickle Beam. I'm believing in my heart of hearts that they are quicker than I. What a nasty, nasty crit that was. The fact that I cannot terrestrialize anymore means that Skeledirge... How fast is my Skeledirge? Look, way too slow. But I believe if I can land this Fickle Beam, I don't even have to go all out. If I'm slower and I can land this beam, I believe that... okay, fine, I ended up going all out, but Skeledirge was faster and it could have mopped the game up. I was going to believe my heart of hearts. This is a Terra grounded opponent, so they rapid spun for no purpose. I possess unaware Skeledirge, so no matter what kind of mad boosting option the Porygon goes for, this is looking scary. Ice Beam, kill me, it's fine, I'm not afraid. Skeledirge, finish this guy off, please. Please show them what you're made of, my friend. Does this thing possess a Shadow Ball? It's slower than I, so discharging. What you trying to discharge here for? Look at Skeledirge. It doesn't matter that they have a special attack boost. This thing could have become crazy. No stored power antics, but let's say nasty plot up and agility up for some odd reason. It could have become crazy, and Skeledirge ends up cleaning the game from downtown, from out of nowhere. It saved the day. Obviously a massive over-exaggeration on my part, and I played the game relatively poorly. No, it's no matter, you know, every game you need to put in the work and put in the performance, lest you lose thousands of rating points in an instant. That happens to me quite often, but nonetheless. Folks, if you did enjoy this video overall, and you did learn something, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you have not done so already, as we shall be doing a lot more of these. Really grateful that the channel has been growing as of late. But let's keep the grind going and keep the climb and the growth going. A round of adjectives and descriptive words to use there, but nonetheless. Until next time, folks, we shall be U-turning out. Thanks for watching.